I don't know about you lot, but I feel pretty good when a like and a share of a show's hashtag saves it from death. I feel like He-Man, baby! You know, sometimes it seems like studios and networks don't know that they have gold in their hands until we scream it in their faces. Many of our favorite shows end up being cancelled. I mean, I know we got a Firefly movie in Serenity, but I'm still craving some of that Joss Whedon goodness, man. Not in a weird way.
Let's be bad guys.
As fans, we have a responsibility to keep the best shows alive, and that means sending letters, buying from sponsors, clicking on ads, and spamming hashtags like it's no tomorrow. And boy, is the world better for it. Let's geek out over the times the fans showed who's the boss and saved shows from being canceled.
We were canceled?
By far, one of the most wasted opportunities was when Fox scrapped Futurama. You'll know Futurama. Despite it having been off air for years, GIFs and clips of the animated sci-fi still circulate the internet.
Bite my shiny metal ass.
With such amazing episodes like The Problem with Poplars, The 30% Iron Chef, and Jurassic Bark, you'd be forgiven for thinking that this show wouldn't have had any growing pains, but boy did it. Way back during its first and second season, Fox couldn't decide where to put Futurama. From erratic mid-season changes in broadcast times to Fox not airing episodes from later seasons, it's no wonder Futurama got dropped. But not in the traditional sense. Fox just stopped ordering episodes, so it was never formally canceled. Of course, we the fans couldn't have that, could we?
Oh, yeah, when are you gonna make a second Simpsons movie?
Fans united and caught the attention of studios with the only thing that really will, our money. Adult Swim acquired syndication rights for the series. As a result, DVD sales for the series skyrocketed interest. Comedy Central saw the potential and picked up the show for a new season. Fox still didn't believe in the series though, and even floated around replacing the entire cast when they wouldn't meet salary demands. Facebook groups formed in protest. Save the voices of Futurama, they cried, which later proved to be successful, but the series only ran for 7 seasons. It still reruns to this day. I mean, a show that is still being aired despite not being made anymore has to show that it's still a viable commercial prospect, right? Bring back Futurama!
The spirit is willing, but the flesh is spongy and bruised.
If you ever do decide to do something worthy of damnation, I'd love to see you again.
Okay, I'll have to be careful about this one. Even Mr. Red Pitchfork can't stop the wrath of YouTube demonetization. The fallen angel falling from the TV lineup wasn't something any of us expected. The show about the suave Lord of the Dark Red Place assisting the LAPD with some tricky cases seduced the hearts of many. This is why, when it was suddenly canceled after season 2, fans were outraged. Co-showrunner Joe Henderson indicated that the 3rd season finale was supposed to feature a huge cliffhanger that was meant to deter Fox from canceling the series. As a result, fans, cast, and crew rallied online with the hashtag Save Lucifer, which probably scared a few church-going moms if we're thinking about it. Becoming the #1 trending topic on Twitter, the show was brought back on air and attracted the attention of some online streaming services. Netflix picked up the series for a 4th season, and the penultimate episode was titled Save Lucifer in honor of the campaign.
Yeah, buy my insurance or I burn your warehouse down.
Exactly.
The Office US edition became an amazing cult classic, with Michael Scott, Jim, Dwight, Pam, Andy, and everyone else's workplace shenanigans lasting for 9 seasons. It was a powerhouse in awkward, single-camera comedy that inspired the style of other sitcoms like Brooklyn Nine-Nine and Parks and Recreation. But the adventures of our favorite paper company almost didn't happen. During season 1 and 2, there were growing pains as the series tried to find its own 2 feet away from the original UK show it was adapted from. Viewers began to dwindle during the first 2 seasons, but this mostly could have been because it didn't find the right audience. You see, The Office was originally aired on NBC, but it never really came into its own until it was placed on the iTunes Store, one of the first TV shows to do so. Because of this on-demand streaming, it's theorized that it reached a whole new, younger audience who empathized with the characters and situations. Fans binged and binged and binged the series, reigniting interest and keeping the series going long enough to air moments like Jim and Pam's wedding, the takeover of Saber, Michael Scott's farewell, and everything in between.
My car! It's street!
The opera. Is it the one Bugs Bunny sings?
Yes.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine has always been a contentious show, mostly because it's about the police, despite it being a comedy. The series following the detectives of Brooklyn's fictional 99th Precinct wasn't just about the goofiness that went on between Jake Peralta and gang, but it also liked to touch on serious issues. There are plenty of differing opinions about the show, which could have led to the poor ratings that caused Fox to axe the show after season 5. But the show wasn't cancelled for too long. Fans banded together under the many hashtags shouting "Save 99!" Less than 2 days later, Terry Crews woke to find his phone glowing, and the amazing news that NBC had picked up the series only 2 days after the announcement. Crews said in an interview, "I jumped out of bed. I felt like I was one of Madonna's kids. I get to live in the mansion now. She picked me!"
Damn, Jake. You know Terry loves love.
Oh, look! Fun!
The police are powerless.
Community is still a hidden gem among TV sitcoms for some reason. Despite it having a stellar cast, some of the best comedy to come out of NBC, and Childish Gambino, it still doesn't seem to bring in the viewer numbers, which is one of the many reasons that Community had a lot of struggles throughout its development. Not only did the creator of the show, the later co-creator of Rick and Morty, Dan Harmon, have a few disputes with the studio staff and cast members, but he even got kicked from his own show in season 4 to later return. The show developed a cult following, and once it was announced that the show would not be renewed after season 5, fans, cast, and crew rallied together, screaming on social media for anyone to come save our beloved Greendale Community College. And so, rising from the depths of no one knows, the now defunct Yahoo screen came in to save the day as fans screamed out #6 seasons in a movie! Despite the show bleeding cast members, Joel McHale clarified that even though the 6th season was over, the show wasn't officially cancelled. Yahoo had swooped in just before the cast's contracts were due to expire. Later, the cast had an online reunion to perform a script reading, and everyone involved all showed interest in a movie. Oh, please, please let this happen.
You get it.
No, you get it.
You're the one that needs the advantage.
It's dead, Joe.
Our voice as fans, customers, and collectives have never been more amplified. With the advantage of social media, we can share our displeasure directly with studios. This isn't always a good thing, but it does raise a question. How would someone complain to studios if we couldn't just tweet at them? Let me take you all the way back to not that long ago, where people used to send letters. Dun dun dun! Back whenever Star Trek, the original TV series, was on air, the show initially returned high ratings, but the average rating for the first season dropped, and as a result, NBC threatened to cancel the show during its second season. When the cancellation rumors spread in 1967, Gene Roddenberry secretly began an effort to persuade thousands of viewers to write and send in letters of support to the studio to save the program. NBC received over 100,000 letters, and some even protested outside NBC studios with picket signs. It's safe to say the studio noticed, and it was announced live on television after the episode The Omega Glory that the series had been renewed. This may mostly be because they ended up spending millions replying to every single viewer mail that came in because of their policies.
Everybody remember where we parked.
Hey, who's a good boy?
I'm sure you've heard of this one, as this campaign kicks the platform Kickstarter into the mainstream. Veronica Mars was a classic teen noir mystery drama from 2004. Unfortunately, after it was shelved to make way for another show, interest in continuing the series flopped, and we thought we would never see the sarcastic private investigators again. While there were rumors that Veronica Mars could continue, nothing progressed as studios didn't think there was an audience for it. That was until 2013 when Rob Thomas and comedian Kristen Bell launched a Kickstarter fundraiser in an attempt to get a Veronica Mars film made. And so, with the goal of $2 million, the word spread, and fans united under the cause of reliving nostalgia, and the amount was met within 10 hours. The campaign broke Kickstarter records and resulted in raising $5.7 million. The film got made, and Hulu picked up the title for an 8-episode series. While it hasn't continued into a 5th season, this showed the true power a fandom can have.
His friends and exes both speak very highly of him.
Are you crazy? I'm a magician. I make my living with my hands.
Arrested Development was a fantastic satirization of a wealthy family that received much critical acclaim. But for Fox, critical acclaim doesn't mean you're staying on the air. The show's status was so tenuous throughout its run that the show even made in-jokes about it getting picked up by other networks. I'm sure you know where this is going by now. Fandoms assemble! When reports began floating around that the show was going to be cancelled after its 2nd season, fans sent letters with fake bananas to urge them to keep the show going. A website called SaveOurBlues.com was even launched in support of the show. Thanks to this outcry, the series was renewed for a 3rd season, but was shortly cancelled after that. The creator Mitchell Hurwitz said he was done with the series at the time, but continued interest resulted in the series being picked up by Netflix 6 years after it was cancelled by Fox.
Oh, look at us. Who'd want to mess with any of us?
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh yeah!
Family Guy is a love or hate it kind of show, some saying that it should have been left canceled after its 3rd season in 2001. Fox repeatedly put Family Guy in tough time slots, being in competition with the likes of Friends, Survivor, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, Frasier. It was terrible. From the 1st season to the 3rd, Family Guy struggled with being decommissioned and then recommissioned until Fox finally gave up. Fox struggled to sell the rerun rights to the show, eventually landing on Cartoon Network, who, according to the Fox president of the time, basically got them for free. But Family Guy, just like many other shows that struggled to find their audience, only needed more exposure to find its feet. The show premiered on Adult Swim in 2003, and it quickly became the block's top-rated program, with DVD sales of the program blowing up. It had finally found its fan base, and because of the astronomical support, Fox ordered in new episodes, and we brought back the iconic Quahog family.
Yo, well, you're hogging up all the ugly.
Hey, stop, Jeff, no! Whoa, jackpot.
The American action spy comedy drama aired in 2007 to much critical acclaim, with the show being named in the Times Top 10 TV Series of the Year. But despite its cult following and heavy promotion from NBC, Chuck suffered in ratings, putting it in danger of cancellation. But the fans said, "No! We won't be silenced! You can't take away our favorite show!" And how did they save Chuck? By buying sandwiches. No, I'm not joking. The show had a corporate sponsor during its run, Subway, and once rumors had started spreading that the show was set to be cancelled, fans, cast, and crew, including future Shazam star Zachary Levi, tweeted their hashtags and rushed to their nearest chain to start buying in the name of Chuck. As a result, the chain sealed a major sponsorship deal with NBC to help cover the cost of filming, which then pushed it to run for 5 seasons. You feel empowered yet?
He is a spy who runs a spy company underneath the store.
Do you know what this shows? It shows that ultimately, we, the viewer, have power over what gets made and what doesn't. Give enough outcry and networks will see dollar signs. So let me ask you, are there any shows that you would want back from cancellation? Or were there any saves that weren't on this list? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to like and subscribe to see more content like this in the future, because we love making it. Thanks guys, and we'll see you next time.